It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey, I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. It brings me no joy to be making this video. For those of y'all that clicked on this and don't know who Sue Surf is, full name Tsunami Surf. You know what I'm saying? He's a battle rapper from Newark, New Jersey. He's been on the URL TV Smack battle rap circuit for a long time. You know what I mean? At least 10 years, if not maybe 15. This is a guy who's made probably millions of dollars or close to millions of dollars in the battle rap circuit, not to mention releasing his own music, having an independent deal where he's made money. I believe that once he started actually making bread, he also moved to Atlanta, or at least he got a home in Atlanta in addition to his home in New Jersey. Unfortunately, he's been sitting in jail for about a year. He was hit with a RICO charge, and it looks like he's going to have to serve 5 years in prison. He was actually facing 30 years, so I guess this is the bright side of things. But again, it brings me no joy to make this video. Number one, because he was somebody who was extremely talented, somebody who had so much potential. You know, he's going to have to sit for 5 years. He's probably going to come back and make an impact on battle rap all over again. But unfortunately, these are 5 good years that's going to be missing from this man's life. And this is completely self-inflicted. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these guys that want to be rappers, want to be artists, for whatever reason, they want to also be street gang niggas involved in shit that's going to help get you incarcerated, help you lose time from your family, help you not be able to spend time with your children. It just doesn't make sense to me, man. But let's just go over what exactly Sue Surf's been facing all year. So the 32-year-old rapper, we're going to read this from Daily Voice from Essex County, New Jersey. So this is a local news out there in his state where he resides. The 32-year-old rapper, whose real name is Rajon Cox, was one of 10 reputed members of the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips charged under federal RICO statutes following a massive North Jersey roundup last year. A total of 42 targets in all were arrested in a series of pinpointed attacks on organized gangs dealing drugs, packing weapons, and waging street warfare, federal authorities said at the time. Cox took a deal from the government rather than risk the possibility of a much more severe sentence if he'd been convicted at a trial. He pleaded guilty to conspiracy and to possession of firearms and ammunition by a convicted felon this past April. So he had guns on him, right? He was already a convicted felon, which means he couldn't have guns. But I also believe in New Jersey, New York, like, you ain't even supposed to have guns no motherfucking way. So definitely not a good look. He must serve out the entire sentence handed down by the U.S. District Judge Susan D. Wigginton because there's no parole in the federal prison system. Wigginton also sentenced Cox to 3 years of supervised release and fined him $15,000. To attack the Rolling 60s and similar street gangs operating in North Jersey, federal authorities in Newark turned to the Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Law, which is the RICO, which Congress adopted more than 50 years ago to pursue mobsters. Although RICO is hardly used against the mob anymore, its definition makes it a nearly foolproof tool against street gangs, corporations, politicians, and managed care companies. It requires only that prosecutors prove that someone participated in a pattern of crimes connected to an enterprise. So if you have a group of people, it don't matter if you got 5 to 10 niggas, y'all was coming up with some sort of, plan, conspiracy, y'all wanted to rob somebody, y'all wanted to do things that furthered the reputation and furthered the growth of the gang, you're going down for RICO charges these days. They putting out more and more RICOs. RICO was gone. He was off the port of motherfucking RICO for a minute. Nigga done came back to America and he hitting people like Sue Surf, YSL, and countless others, man. Now, once again, Tsunami Surf was known in the battle rap scene for his performances at various Smack URL events. NBA star Kevin Durant was featured on one of his songs called Wanted. And Cox's 2021 album Until Further Notice included features from Fabulous, Mozzie, and Young M.A. So he was getting music that actually had traction and was getting mainstream rappers to do songs with him, which is a feat that not a lot of battle rappers have accomplished in their careers. Again, this is why it's so disappointing to talk about this, because he was one of the few battle rappers that actually knew how to make music and actually had the ear of established artists, so much so that they wanted to work with him on his project, so much so that he got a deal. Fellow New Jersey artist Wyclef Jean also called for Cox's freedom during the VMA Awards this past September. The feds say that Sue Surf joined the Rolling 60s in 2015, according to U.S. Attorney Philip R. Selinger. They say he shot at but didn't hit a member of a rival Rolling 47 neighborhood Crips, who returned fire on March 18, 2017, a complaint on file, which is in the U.S. District Court. Surf was also found with 2 loaded handguns, a 40 caliber Beretta PX-4 Storm, and a 9mm Taurus Brazil handgun, even though he was prohibited by federal law as a previously convicted felon, as I said before. They say he held a leadership role within this street gang when the case was made against him last year. And they said he didn't go away quietly. Members of the U.S. Marshal Services, they sent out a task force in which they seized him after he barricaded himself within an associate's New Jersey home. And that is where he was found. He tried to run out the back door and he was caught, or something to that effect. He tried to barricade himself in the house. They was trying to get in. They couldn't get in. He tried to flee. They caught him. But I'm going to be completely honest with y'all, man. I hope that y'all see this as a cautionary tale. I hope that you use this as a cautionary tale. All you folks out there that want to be half in, half out with this rap shit, with this music shit, with this entertainment stuff, you got to understand that as the public spotlight gets brighter on you, you can't partake in the same shit that you used to. Even if the niggas in your neighborhood want to call you fake, false, you changed, whatever the fuck it is, at some point you actually do have to change. You cannot excel to the next level and still be halfway into the streets. Just about everybody that tried that shit failed. And we all know the ways in which you will fail, dead or in jail. And in this case, we have Surf, one of the leading battle rappers. He's been leading the charge in this space across different leagues, just running through rappers. He had a resurgence on the battle rap scene. A lot of people thought that he was playing around for a minute. Started taking his rounds seriously, started going back, traveling across the nation, just bodying folks on stage. He had hit like a whole new stride right before he was able to reach his maximum potential. He got caught up with this shit at 32 years old. He's got to serve 5 years, which means he'll be 37 when he gets out. And they say he has to serve the entire term. Who wants to see a 37-year-old battle rapper talking about the same shit when he comes out of prison? He's going to get accepted by his peers, but I'm quite sure it's not going to hit the same. There's going to be so much that people are going to try to throw on his name when he comes back on stage. They're going to try to say he snitched in order to get a lighter sentence. All this crazy type of stuff, man. For those that have been following this whole Surf saga this whole time, y'all know that he stood solid. He took a plea deal, right? He pled guilty. Say, man, y'all caught me red-handed, man. Just let me do my 5. If he took it to trial, he could have got 30 years. But at this point, you got to pray for his safety inside the can. You know what I mean? He's a gang member going into the prison system. Who knows what could happen in there? Hopefully, he's able to survive. Hopefully, he's able to hold his head. They didn't say he killed anybody. So I do have a bit of leniency on him for that. But again, we got to be smarter. Our young black men. Why? I understand that being gangster is like the apex of, you know, you get the respect of everybody. You get respect of women, kids. You get looked at as a man among men, a leader. Niggas that wish they could do things that you allegedly do. Niggas that wish they could be like you. They treat you a certain way. But at a certain point, we got to cut that shit off, man. We got to stop building up ourselves just to be broken down within our own communities off bullshit. Tearing ourselves down, tearing down other people, tearing down neighborhoods that we don't own, we have no stake in, but representing these shits to the fucking death. It makes absolutely no sense. Anybody affiliated with Surf, I want y'all to understand, I think he's extremely talented. He's a dope rapper. I've been following him for years. I want to see him do well. I would love to see him get out sooner, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm absolving him of his wrongdoings and his mistakes, because a lot were made, especially as a top tier battle rapper. You got to make better moves. Let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace.
King of my city in cul-de-sac, coming out swinging like soldier rags, leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind, knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mile. We finna do more than survive, I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda, we hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.